This is Courtney.
And this is Kelsie.
And we're Pen Pals.
Welcome to episode 3, everybody, and Happy New Year to all of our viewers and listeners. For those of you who are just listening, there's something we want you to know.
So if you're watching us on YouTube, then you already know we are wearing matching pajamas and matching headbands too. I copied Kelsie. She came on with a headband and I was like, I want a headband too. I was like, I have one. Let me pull it out. So yeah, we just thought it'd be a great pajama day out of the new year. But also I got these. Well, first day I got these pajamas for myself from Target. I was like, oh my God, these are the best pajamas ever. And then yeah, they're so soft, so breathable. I'm particular about fabrics. This isn't sponsored, but if Target wants to sponsor us, that'd be really great. So I knew you, Kelsie, liked leopard print and stuff. And so I was like, yeah, I was like, oh, I'm going to get you pajamas. And then I texted you and I was like, oh, we could wear them like when we're in person together. And then you're like, no, silly, we could just wear them on the podcast together. So that's what we're doing today.
We are taking advantage of this opportunity and they're super cute. I love them and they're so soft and like, yes. I feel so comfortable right now.
Yeah, me too. They're like, for those listening, they're like pink, leopard cheetah print sort of,
like an ombre. It sounds really interesting, so check us out on YouTube if you want to see what they look like. But today, instead of our loungewear, we're going to be talking about the new year. I was excited about the new year because I feel like you always feel like a fresh start, like you can start over. And everyone makes New Year's resolutions. But today we're going to talk about why we don't make resolutions for the new year, which sounds like a downer. But it's not. I promise everybody we're going to explain a little bit, but we wanted to get everyone's take on resolutions first. So we asked all of our Instagram followers, do you guys make a New Year's resolution? 40% of you said that you do, 60% said that you don't. So it was like kind of close between everybody, but I honestly, I was a little surprised that 60% said no, that they were just like us, just a little bit.
Also in like 2022, now we're kind of like, okay, what is this year gonna bring as well? So kind of like lower expectations, but still, I think we can make it a great year. But yeah, basically, like as you said, we want to go into like, we both don't, but we have like kind of a different, interesting like mindset to it that I think you guys might relate to.
Yeah, I know most people in the new year like want to eat healthier or lose weight. I mean, that's kind of, I think, the most popular ones that people have. But I started reading more about it because, I mean, we're still fresh in the new year, but according to a study that I found from the University of Scranton, only 8% of people actually accomplish their resolution. And I found another, researchers from Strava found that people give up by January 19th on average. That's like the day, which is coming up soon. And that's only like not even 3 weeks into the new year. And you have 52 of them that you have to like get through. So I think a lot of these, I don't know. So the reason that like I personally don't make resolutions is because I sound like such an overachiever, but I like set goals for myself all year. And I've like wanted to do things for myself. And I actually started some of my goals like 2 months ago. Like I didn't wait for January 1st to start doing what I want to, which a lot of people do. And then I think they lose momentum and they're like, oh, I failed. I'll have to try again next year. It's like, no, just try again like tomorrow. Like just keeps, I don't know. I think that's where people lose it personally. Like they don't break it down.
Yeah. And I feel like exactly what you said. You could start it in November, you could start it in August. And I feel like people, once it's the new year, they set like really big goals. They're like, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym like 5 days a week, eat totally 100% healthy. Like it doesn't need to be like such a huge like unattainable lifestyle shift like
Exactly.
in the beginning of the new year. I feel like it should more so, in my opinion, be like small goals any time of the year that are like easier to stick to instead of like some big thing that clearly from what you read and everything, like people are not able to stick to it.
No, I read a lot about like setting goals because I thought it was interesting because I mean, think about it, like I have huge goals, but like they're so overwhelming unless you like break them down. Like these people who are like, I'm gonna lose, I don't know, like 100 pounds. It's like you
Yeah.
like for their lifestyle, maybe you work 10 hours a day. You don't have time to work out 3 hours. You know what I mean? So you have to like break down your goals. I read a lot of research on that people who break them down and make them more achievable are able to have bigger goals. So that's what it's been like for me, just small steps. Like we have to be easier on ourselves. People like you can have goals, but everything takes time. And I think what we want from this episode is to just kind of like inspire people, like get you going again, because this is where everyone's in a slump and most of the country is freezing cold. People just want to stay inside with their blanket. I'm in Phoenix. It's 70 degrees and I still want to do that. But we have
it snowed here in Nashville and it's like 20 degrees. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm like gotten to the point, I grew up with snow, but I'm at the point where like I like to see it around the holidays for like a week or two. And then I'm like, okay, I'm done. But no, I really like that. So
that's nice.
Anyway, yeah. So I think like breaking it down, and you said you had like a really like inspirational story you heard about resolutions and like mindset too.
Yeah, so I remember watching on the Ellen show a while back, and then I found it again on the Kelly Clarkson show. It was Octavia Spencer said the same exact thing twice, which I love. She kept to it. She says she does not set New Year's resolutions, but instead she sets a theme or a word for each year. And so if she's ever having trouble deciding what she wants to do, like if she wants to go to a party or be more social or stay in, if her theme for the year is have more fun, get out there more, then she's going to go to the party and stuff. And so I don't know, that like I saw that on the Ellen show such a long time ago, and that really resonated with me because it's like it's so hard to set like huge goals, but like I feel like the hardest thing also is to like make decisions in your everyday. So for setting like a word that could guide you, I think is like a really, really great way to go about it. And yeah, I was trying to think about what my word for the year is, and
That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah,
Like a word or something. Because I know I've read a lot, like Rebel Wilson does that too. She has themes, which she started like 2020 was her year of health. And that's why she's lost so much weight. And she's still going. This is 2 years later, and she's still living by that. So it is like, these are long-term goals that you have to, I like what you said, like just little reminders to do small steps every day, because nobody wants like an overwhelming goal. Like if you have a big paper due, like in school, everybody waited till the last minute to do it because it's like they didn't like, oh, I'll do a page today and then a page tomorrow, you know? So making it easier on yourself, you're still gonna achieve it. You just need to, I think, have those daily reminders of it.
I think it's about like also like a mindset for the year instead of like you need to do this, this, and this. It's like this is like the mindset that I'm going into this year with, and that's going to guide my decisions and the things I do instead of like narrowing it down so much where I need to go to the gym 5 times a week. I need to eat healthy. I need to like run a mile. I need to whatever. Like those goals are great and stuff, but I really like the let's change our mindset for the year.
Like how are you going to do it? Like make a plan. you want to do that, just break it down, I think is like the biggest thing. And I think it's interesting you talked about mindset, because there are all these studies out there on people who form habits, and changing your mindset is like, you don't do it overnight. And I know to form a habit, it's like takes on an average like 21 days or something like that, I've heard. If people are giving up on January 19th, like you're almost there, like you've almost like completely changed your mindset. And I saw a TikTok video recently, and there was this influencer, I don't even remember who it was, but people were asking her like, how do you get so pretty, like what are your tips, blah blah. And she was literally like, I just believe I am, and I pretend that I am, and it works. So people were starting off their year, and they would like stand in front of the mirror or whatever and be like, I'm pretty. And it was like, they would videotape it, and it was super awkward for the first like week. And then the second week, like I watched one of this girl, and like just the way she was standing by the end of the month, and like her posture, the way she like held herself was so different. So it's like, you can change your mindset. It just takes time. And I think in our culture too, everybody wants like instant like change or like instant gratification. And like, these are, people make really, really big goals, which is great. You just have, you can do it. If you fail, just keep pushing. Like, I don't know, but I get that that's hard to do. We just need little reminders.
Yeah. I like what you said about like how it was like, I am pretty, or I am successful, I am whatever. Like I feel like that's what like manifesting is kind of like about as well. Like it's kind of like, and with changing your mindset, it's like putting yourself in those shoes. Like I am successful, this podcast is successful, like stuff like that. Like instead of like, I hope maybe in the future maybe I'll do this, it's like, no, like I am successful and this is happening. And then once you get yourself so into that mindset, like you attract that energy, you attract success, you attract beauty, because you so believe it yourself, and so it comes right back at you.
And mental health is like just as important. Like it can change like how you approach things, like obviously your happiness, all kinds of things. So getting yourself an I can do it moment, that is what we're here for today. It's just to get everybody pumped and stuff, because this is kind of when people hit their slump, unfortunately, is around this time. So
I want to ask you, do you have like a particular like word you're thinking or theme for this year, or like some goals for this year?
Well, one thing I've been doing, and I feel like this is like, I guess kind of broad, is I like taking better care of myself. Not that I like didn't take care of myself before, but like I don't know, like getting myself energized. Like I started a brand new skincare routine, like, because I think that just makes you like feel better. And I don't know, I think just with everything going on in these last couple of years, like I had a baby, you're kind of like, no, I don't want to do this, but I'm like, I can wash my face. It takes like 30 seconds a day. So it's like these little things for me, but like my skin has cleared up like tremendously these last 2 months since I started it, because I started before the new year. So like, it's just like doing these little things. They're very, very small, but like they make you feel so much better in the long run. And I know that's like really corny and like a little goal, but like it's been like a big thing for me. So I think just taking that minute to be like, okay, like, I don't know, just,
I love that.
I don't know. It's small. I don't have like I said, like a resolution necessarily. I always have a goal that I'm working towards, but that was like a really small thing that meant a lot to me right now. And like I said, I started before January 1st. Like you can start today your new goal, and it doesn't have to be, oh, I missed the 1st or whatever. So
no, that's awesome. That's awesome. I feel like it's like all about like the addition of like small things that add up to become a big thing.
And people are like, I could be like washing my face at night, and I'm like, this isn't important, this doesn't matter, I'm tired, I don't want to do this. But like those small things add up over time. So like you might not think that what you're doing today is important, but it is. Like it is. It all adds up to like a bigger thing for me. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have like your word or like any goals that you're working on at the moment?
Yeah, I was thinking about it last night and I was like, I don't have like super set goals, but then I was like, no, wait, yes, I do. So yeah.
I know it's hard. I'm like, do I have, but I'm like, yeah, I'm like, work. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I was like, what should my, because I was thinking about the like word theme thing. I was like, what should my
I
like
love that.
theme of the year be? Yeah. And I was like, I think I want my word of the year to be fearless. That will be my word of the year. And I feel like a huge like issue that like I have in my like day-to-day life. Well, it's not like a huge issue, but I think like a lot of people like deal with this. And I know we've talked about it before, is just like overthinking so much. And like I feel like I with work sometimes like I'll overthink like every stinking little detail, and then like I'm a perfectionist about everything, and then like I build the little things up so much in my head that I then procrastinate, and I like can't get myself to do
It's
it.
overwhelming. Yeah, like that big goal that we were talking about. It
Yeah.
builds up. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I procrastinate, and then like I make it such a big thing in my head when it's like not even, it's just like a little thing, and then like I have like like a mental breakdown and I cry to my mom or my
No.
boyfriend. And then well, I'm fine though. Like that's just how I've been dealing with it lately. But I
It's because it builds up, and like it's because I overthink. Like I'm very much like that. Perfectionism and being a
yeah,
perfectionist makes it so much worse because
yeah.
you're like so hard on yourself as it is. So in those moments too, like it builds up, you know. So I get
It,
that completely.
yeah. So like my theme of my like word of the year is gonna be like fearless, and it's like also gonna like apply to be like more so making like quick decisions with like work and other things and not overthinking it, because like the overthinking is like because of like anxiety and stuff as well. So it's just kind of like when I'm like faced with a decision for like work, let's say of like, oh, find a location for this or like whatever, instead of being like, oh, this is not going to work, this is I don't know if we're going to do it, just like dive into it, like set a timer on my phone and be like, you're going to work for 15 minutes and then you're going to take a break, and that's it, and just kind of like keep like moving forward, because I feel like I am exhausting myself with all the overthinking, and like that is what's becoming most exhausting instead of like my job itself. And so I'm doing some like reflecting and stuff. So my be fearless is just kind of like the Nike slogan, just do it, just do it, just get it done, just do it, and just move forward. And then I think like once I like start to do that, like more opportunities and more things and more like will like present itself to me as well, and I'll have like more time in the day and stuff and all that.
Exactly. And like I said, just self-care, like just making sure you take that time for yourself. And you said breaking it down, being like 15 minutes of this a day. Like it's the little things, but they add up. Like you have to keep going. I hope we're inspiring someone
Yeah,
listening. Because
I
I mean,
think
we've all been there in those moments.
yeah,
And just those small goals for yourself, because I think these overwhelming things, like you said, it builds up over time and it becomes much bigger than it is, and that's just so scary, and we want to like run from overwhelming things that we have to do. So
yeah,
just like making it easier on ourselves, we're all doing our best. So
yeah,
if
yeah.
you fail, you just get back up, like even if it's January 10th and you're like, oh, gotta wait till next year.
Yeah, gotta wait till my New Year's resolution for next year. But yeah, have you watched the show Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt? Have you?
I've seen it, yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I remember she was like, maybe I'm misquoting this, but she was like, remember when she was in the bunker and she had to like turn the thing, and she was like, you can do
Yes.
anything for like 30 seconds and she would just keep counting. And like that's what I was thinking of. Like you could just like do anything for like a short amount of time.
Exactly. And she was in that bunker for a long time. If she can do it, We all can.
Yeah.
What else have you been watching recently?
Yeah. So, of course, I'm watching Emily in Paris, as many of us are. Are you watching it?
I was watching season 1. I haven't caught up
Okay.
to the new season yet, but I've heard some really great things about it.
Yeah, I love it. I'm on season 2, but I haven't finished it yet. But I love it. Like some people have like criticized it because, well, it's obviously not like authentic to like if you move to Paris, like your actual life would be like. Obviously, we get it and stuff, but like it's just kind of one of those like fun like shows of like gallivanting around Paris and like dating these beautiful men. Like, like it's the stream life. So I love it. I love Lily Collins. That's her name, right? I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Who I
Yeah, I
found
love
out
her.
she's Phil Collins' daughter. I don't know why I didn't know this, Phil Collins.
I
He wrote like the music for Tarzan.
oh,
Like
that's
that's
awesome.
really inspired. I don't know. I didn't know they were related. I mean, it makes sense. They're both Collins, but
Yeah.
Anywho, no, I need to get into that. What else are you?
Yeah. And so I'm also watching all of like 90 Day Fiance. So there's a million 90 Day Fiance. So
There's a lot, yeah.
I'm watching 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days, which is on TV right now, I think. I'm watching them all on Discovery Plus, but
Oh
was
yes.
the one thing I didn't think I would get Discovery Plus, but I needed to watch something for work, and then I just like kept it. I'm like, oh crap,
There's
this is
some
good.
good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. And so I've been watching it on there. So it's 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days. So it's like they're just kind of like first meeting up. And well, obviously, if you don't know, the concept of 90 Day Fiance is like people in America will talk online to people in other countries. And then there's like a 90-day fiance visa that they could have while in the US to figure out, if they want to get married. And before they get married, they have 90 days to do so. So before the 90 days is when they're first meeting, which is fun because they're always like kind of crazy and like, yeah, it's all crazy. And then I'm watching 90 Day Fiance, The Single Life, which is people that were on 90 Day Fiance before are now single. Now I think that one's a Discovery Plus exclusive, but it's good. And the famous Big Ed is on it. He's a character. So definitely check that out. And then I'm also watching 90 Day Fiance the other way. So it's like Americans going to other countries and like living there and like set to live there permanently and stuff. So it's a lot of fun. I like to relax with like really crazy reality TV and just like zone out to that. So yeah, if you're into that kind of stuff, I would definitely recommend.
Well, it's fun just I think to see how other people live,
Yeah.
like I mean, I've obviously never been in that situation. So it'd be like entertaining to just see like, and there's all these different outlets for that show. It's been super popular too.
Yeah.
I watched the Harry Potter reunion for New
Oh,
Year's.
nice. I didn't watch it yet.
I love
Oh,
Harry Potter, so I thought it was like really fun. And I was surprised I knew a lot of like the secrets and like the stories that they were sharing because I am a really big fan, but I didn't realize that Emma Watson almost left after the 4th movie. Like it just got overwhelming with the fame and everything. She talks about that. And so I just thought it was so much fun and it brought back so many memories because it doesn't feel like it started 20 years ago, but it did. This is the 20th anniversary,
the
which
movie
is
was? Or
the first movie came out 20 years
oh,
ago.
wow.
I know
Crazy.
it's crazy. So that's a good one. I'm super
Definitely.
late on this, but I watched Holiday with Emma Roberts, the movie. Like
Oh,
it came out, I think, not last year because it's 2020, the last year before that. Oh my gosh, I was laughing so hard. I just saw it this year. I don't know. It's very good if you haven't seen it. And I think you could watch it at any time of the year too, because it's about
yeah.
the holidays throughout the year. And then the last one I wanted to talk about was also late to the game for me. I saw Tick Tick Boom on Netflix. which had Andrew Garfield and Vanessa Hudgens, but it's a musical and it's a true story about the man who wrote Rent, the musical, which is humongous, but it's more of a drama. You're not gonna like laugh, but it's fun and there's so much music in it. So I would recommend that to everyone listening / watching us in our loungewear. I like saying loungewear because then it like I'm not in like my pajamas like lazy. I'm like in my loungewear. I don't know. I heard that somewhere and I'm like, I love it.
Yeah, I love it too. Well, nice. Well, everyone listening has some great shows to check out now. They have a lot to watch. And yeah, hopefully this helps with, getting into the new year, setting goals, but it doesn't need to be huge, overarching like resolutions that are hard to follow. It could be a theme, it could be a word, it could be goals, habits, any time of the year. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, definitely follow us on Instagram. We're starting to post a lot more on there as well. And so we are at Pen Pals Podcast. We're at Pen Pals Podcast on pretty much everything. If you're listening on Spotify, we're also on YouTube and stuff, so you can see our loungewear and and yeah, we're all over the place now. So
so yes,
exciting 2022.
I know, exciting. Everybody be kind to yourselves this year, and thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.